What are you doing? We're supposed to be looking for that witness.
See? I got the scouts out.
You're wasting your time. You won't get within a mile.
Maybe. Sergeant Pearce and me have got this agreement. Keep up the pressure. Come on.
Stay where you are! Hey lads, back in. Come on, come on.
Mr. Skase, I'm clean.
Yeah, of course you are.
Oh, still not allowed out alone then. Where's Pearce? You two broke it off.
This is DC Woods. I hope you're paying that kid out.
What for? Picking up my dry cleaning?
Don't get smart. I could make these visits more regular.
You still won't find anything. This is just harassment.
Call it a routine drug search.
Right, come on lads, empty your pockets. Come on.
Come on, let's get this over with.
Come on.
As possible.
What's up? Derek wants to talk about drugs on the Jasmine Allen.
Yeah, I'm sorry to keep harping on about this, but I really think we need to do something.
Well, we reviewed the situation last month, so what's changed?
Well, I've just had one of the local councillors come to see me. Her son's been beaten up by crack dealers trying to get him to take his first hit. Look, I'm trying to sell a partnership between the residents and police. What am I supposed to tell her?
Suggest self-defence classes.
I'm being serious here.
My lads are stretched to the limit as it is.
Jack?
It's the same story, I'm afraid. Philip and I have talked about a joint operation, but it'll be months before we get anything going.
So the dealers take over and we lose the confidence of the residents, yeah?
Oh, come on, Derek. You don't want us to go off at half-cock. We can pull the gophers at any time, but what good would that do? It's the ringleaders we want.
Yeah, I'd have said the same thing in your position.
2 teas, yeah? 2 teas, please. But no sugars, yeah? Cheers. I never said it wasn't important. I said it wasn't the only problem that we've got to deal with, yeah?
Yeah, well, for my money, it's the most damaging.
Well, there's worse than that. Anyway, if crack's your game, why didn't you go for the drug squad?
It's not just the drugs. It's the grief that goes with it. You take these dealers with the knives on the estate. To them, it's just a lucrative piece of ground to fight over. For Joe Public, that block's looking more and more like a no-go area every day.
I've got company.
Mr. Skase?
Do I know you?
Tommy Jacob. I drive the ice cream man over to Jasmine Allen. Can I have a word?
Yeah, make it quick. This is our lunch.
I've been watching you work the estate.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Giving that lot non-stop hassle.
Is this a complaint?
No. I just wanted to say that I support what you're doing. We all do. But they shouldn't be allowed to get away with it, selling that mark to kids.
Are you winding us up?
No. Those kids are out of control. It's only a matter of time before someone gets cut.
Yeah, well, we can't be there all the time.
Yeah, I know. What you need is specific information. Well, I've got some. That's Ann Davis.
Yeah, we already know her. So far, we're not impressed.
Well, sit tight for a minute, you'll see it change hands.
Alan, see those 2 miners with her? Just like before. Same 2 every time. And a few dust-ups already.
I must say, it's very brave of you to come forward.
Well, we've all got to live here. Most people are too scared to say anything.
Would you say you're on probation for again?
Alan's a suspicious type. I think he thinks you're too good to be true. Oh no, we got some movement.
He looks interested.
He's going for it.
There's the cash.
Here come the snowdrops. Here we go.
What did I tell you?
Alan?
Let's see a bit more first.
Cobblers, you saw it as well as I did. Are you coming or what?
Well, what about me?
We'll be back for a chalk ice later.
Stay where you are.
clean, man. I keep telling you I'm clean.
Hear that, Alan? She says she's clean. Well, I know you're carrying. I reckon you're hiding it somewhere we're not allowed to look. Come on, come on.
Where is everybody?
A bit thin on the ground this afternoon, sir. I could get Rod and Alan if it's urgent.
What are they doing?
They're still knocking on doors looking for that witness. I'll give him a shout.
No, he'll keep.
What we got here, then?
Ann Davis, Sarge. We believe she's been dealing Class A drugs. We saw her selling on the Jasmine Allen. We think she has a supply concealed on her person.
Miss?
In his dreams, maybe. I haven't got any drugs.
Do you want me to arrange an intimate search?
Yeah, I'm just going to see Mr. Brownlow about an authorisation.
Yeah, well, hold on. I've got to book her in first. Then you can see Brownlow.
I'll stay with her.
Thanks, Alan.
Right. Let's start with full name, shall we?
I've no trouble signing the authorisation if you're sure she's been dealing.
Well, Alan Woods and I both saw her, sir.
Alan, sir. Matt?
Afternoon, sir. Girl's consented to an intimate search.
And you're sure it merits this?
Sorry, I followed her all the way. There's no way she could have dumped the gear. She must still be holding.
All right, custody record. You better make sure the FME's available at the clinic.
Did you get the authorisation?
Yep. Good as gold.
Nice one. Let's see if she's still as cocky afterwards.
You don't want to come down to surgery, do you?
No, I've got to get through this lot. Let me know how you get on, though.
Come through now.
Thanks.
Come on.
Just go through, Miss Davis. DC Scase.
Thanks for seeing her, Doctor.
Do you really think this girl has drugs on her?
What's that supposed to mean?
Have you actually considered what quantity of drugs it's possible to conceal in a body orifice?
I think I know my job.
I was just wondering. This girl sounds a bit of a small fish. Can't you find any sharks out there?
Well, believe me, this one's no angel.
That remains to be seen.
Oh, Jack.
Sir?
This new emphasis on proactive drug searching. I'm all for clearing up the problems on the Jasmine Allen estate. But I hope I'm not going to be inundated with requests for intimate search authorizations. The most powerful weapons must be used the most sparingly.
Authorizations? I'm not with you, sir.
Scase and Woods? I've just arrested a suspected crack dealer. Didn't you know?
Where's Rod Scase, Danny?
He's down the surgery with his crack dealer. Intimate search.
Was that a planned raid?
Not exactly, it just came up.
I weren't Scase and Woods supposed to be looking for this witness?
Yes, sir, but they tried all the addresses we had.
So why are they here, then? We need pairs of hands, don't we?
It's the Jasmine Allen again, you know, the turf war between the dealers. I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago, and you agreed we ought to put more time into disrupting the operations.
I thought I'd made it clear it was to be a combined uniform CID operation.
Yes, Carver, but Rod was concerned that this new lot might get a real foothold before we have a chance to move.
Maybe you should take up residence. You can't spend all your time down there, Danny.
I'll have another word with him. Leave it with me, Gov.
And you want to watch these resources. It's not a bottomless pit.
He's taking his time, isn't he?
You want it done properly.
Here we go. Well?
Nothing. Just sugar and spice and all things nice.
You're joking. I saw her dealing.
Do I look like I'm joking?
Can I use your phone, please?
Feel free.
I don't believe it. She must be carrying.
Satisfied? I told you I was clean.
You had it all right. I know you had it. I saw you.
You saw nothing. You've just got it in for
Sarge.
me.
If you could clear this
I'll
area,
mix.
Constable, I
Negative.
still have other patients to see.
Come on, where'd you dump it, Anne?
Okay, thanks.
That last bloke scored a lot.
See that? He just can't leave it alone. I'm not listening to any more of this. Can I go now or what?
Come on, Roger, let's go. Come on.
Thanks for all the help.
I'll be taking this up with your chief superintendent.
This isn't the end of it, you know.
Oh, yes, it is. You can't keep chasing me all over here, accusing me of dealing without evidence. I'm gonna get a solicitor.
Go ahead. I'm still going to be on you like a rash.
What, and fall on your face again? Ain't you had enough yet?
Bye, Anne. Mind how you go.
You're gonna regret every time you ever laid hands on me!
Bet you can't even spell solicitor. Go on, get lost. I can feel my lunch coming back.
You arrogant pig! You shouldn't listen to gossiping greasy calves!
What was that?
Forget it!
Just a minute. Have you got something you want to tell me, Anne? Well, she definitely knew about our conversation in the cafe. How long before we saw her at the underpass?
Well, it was less than 20 minutes, which is long enough, I suppose. But if Davis knew, how come she was still dealing when we arrived?
Yeah, all right, stick with it for the time being, see if you can get some answers.
Right.
Rod,
Yes, sir.
my office.
You're not going to square that, Sarge?
He can look after himself.
We saw her dealing. I don't know what the FME's getting so upset about.
That's not the point. Even if Davis was up to something, you weren't prepared when you made the arrest.
Well, I was sure she was carrying, and I thought she might tell us about suppliers down there, sir.
But instead, you let her make a fool of you. And you've laid yourself open for criticism from the FME.
Well, I didn't exactly enjoy it, sir.
I don't care whether you enjoyed it or not. You were meant to be rounding up a witness, not chasing after shadows. And I'm surprised Alan Woods didn't show more sense.
He was against it. I asked him to back me up. With respect, it was good information. I still don't know how she did it to us.
Anyway, I've talked to DS Pearce and I've told him I don't want you chasing after any more half-chances. You got enough to do here as it is.
DS Pearce was aware of what I was doing. We agreed the action, sir.
Well, from what I hear, that's stretching it a bit. Anyway, I don't want any more of it.
Well, I still think she's worth targeting, sir.
No. You leave Davis alone.
Well, you look remarkably well for someone who's just had his ears ripped off.
What, the DCI? No, you've just got to know how to handle him.
Yeah, well, you be careful he doesn't handle you back to uniform, boy. What do you say about Davis?
Wants us to leave her alone for a bit.
Sounds like good advice.
Yeah, but he didn't mention Jago, did he?
I didn't hear that.
So, Tommy, are you messing us about or what?
I don't know what you mean.
Come off it, mate. Anne Davis knew about our meeting in the cafe. How come?
Well, she didn't hear it from me, I swear it. Well, someone must have seen us there.
Well, they'd have to be pretty nippy to get word to her. Besides, how do they know who to tell?
They could have overheard.
Forget it, Tommy.
You're wrong, the both of you. Look, I was just trying to do you a favour.
Wasting police time isn't a very clever idea for a bloke still on probation.
I told her nothing. I've never spoken to her in my life before.
You're lying, Tommy. You think we can't smell it? You are still on probation, aren't you?
Oh, look, leave me out of here, can't you?
Not unless you tell us what we want to know.
It wasn't my idea. I just did what I was told.
Well, that's more like it. So who's been feeding you instructions?
Milroy. Huey Milroy. Crack dealer. You must have heard of him.
Sure.
Probably the biggest one working at Jasmine Allen. Vicious with it.
He's the home team on the turf war. So what did Milroy want you to do?
Make sure you were given chaplain verse on Davis's little business.
Oh, very neat. So you tell us and we help clean out the competition, yeah?
Something like that. But he didn't share any trade secrets. Just told me what would happen to the van if I didn't help him out. Well, it's my living, see?
How'd you know where to find us?
Milroy knows that you and DS Pearce use a calf. He knows every move you make down on that estate.
Yeah, that still doesn't explain how Davis knew what was going on.
Yeah, well, I can't help you there. All I know is that I didn't tell her.
I think I believe you. By the way, how much did Milroy pay you for this?
Score?
20 quid? We could have bunged you more than that for information about him.
Some money isn't worth the risk.
So where do we find him, Tommy?
The last person who grasped Milroy got cut up pretty bad.
Yeah, but you've got your probation to think about. Just point us in the right direction.
Had a sudden change of heart, trouble?
If you're talking about Scase's drug arrest, the answer's no. It was a one-off.
Oh, I see. Well, next time, can I suggest you let me know first? Then I won't waste time telling councillors we have insufficient resources to mount a proper operation.
Look, I'm sorry if your credibility's been dented, but this was a last-minute thing. Special information.
Special information? One low-level dealer and no evidence. It's probably done more harm than good.
Thank you, Derek. I think you can leave it to me to pick the bones out of this one.
So which was Milroy's place, then?
The one with the plastic bags across the windows. He doesn't live here, though. He's got a place on the Jasmine Helen.
What's he use this for?
I don't ask. Locked up, I suppose. But all I know is that he's usually here this time of day. But listen up. I'd rather not be seen round here.
Yeah, go on, push off.
Which one was it?
This is it. Hello, Anne.
Get off me!
Anne, you're not going anywhere. Right, what's this? That must be a grand's worth of gear. This is Huey Milroy's place. What are you doing here? And what are these? The door keys? What's going on?
Whose drugs are these, Anne?
What's happening with this job?
Don't go, Mr. Milroy. From DC Skates, this is DC Woods of Some Hill.
You stupid slag. Did you bring them out?
No need for introductions, I see. Do you live here, then?
That gear's got nothing to do with me.
What gear? Do you mean these drugs?
I'm saying nothing.
Found a what?
A crack house, and they brought in 2 bodies and a big bag of goodies.
Good. Hey, we're not talking about Anne Davis, are we?
Yes, Gov, but we got her this time, and a target called Milroy, too.
I thought I'd talk to you about Davis. You're meant to be supervising these blokes, Danny.
It was a good arrest, Gov.
Oh, really? Well, as soon as Skase is finished, you bring him up to my office and I'll talk to both of you.
Yes, Gov.
I don't know anything about any drugs.
Really? Well, the contents of this bag were found in your flat. How did it get there?
In my flat. It's her flat. I was just walking past on my way out. I saw the door open and the 2 of you in there with Anne. Could have been something funny going on. Young woman on her own. I'm always telling her about locking the door, ask her.
So what were you doing round there?
Came round to see a friend. He dosses there sometimes. He weren't around.
And what was this friend's name?
Errol Smith. Don't ask me where to find him. He moves around a lot.
Oh, that's handy. All right. Let's talk about Anne Davis. How well do you know her?
Not that well. I've seen her over there sometimes.
So how come she has the keys to your flat?
I told you. It ain't my flat. It's hers. I was just visiting.
Visiting Anne Davis?
No. Errol Smith.
Tell us about the drugs again.
I don't know anything about any drugs. Anything in that flat's got to be down to her.
So you're going to let Anne take all the blame, then?
If she's been handling drugs, that's her problem. Personally, I never touch them.
That's handy, isn't it? Let others do that, don't you?
Right, that's it. No more questions. I want my solicitor.
Fine. Interview suspended at 18:22.
Is that thing still taping?
No. Why, is there something you want to tell us?
Don't feel too bad about Anne Davis. She knows what she's doing. We stitched you up a treat earlier, didn't we? Didn't find any stuff on her, did you? Get into much trouble for it.
Nothing I couldn't handle. Still, it's a shame you had to get yourself nicked, isn't it?
It's all part of the game.
Wonder how your girlfriend feels about us, eh?
Who cares?
You're lying.
Afraid not, Anne. He says he's never seen those drugs before. And if they're in your flat, then they must belong to you.
He said it was my flat.
That's right.
You must think I'm really stupid. He'd never say that to you.
Why not? Do you think blokes like Milroy care about girls like you?
Maybe not. Don't mean I'll tell you anything.
We knew about your little setup today, Anne. It was a bit silly of you to let slip about the cafe like that. Of course, it's understandable. You're upset. I don't suppose Milroy told you what getting arrested might involve. The rubber glove, I mean. Don't suppose he thought it mattered.
You're wasting your time. I can't say anything.
We don't actually need you to say anything. There's enough in that bag to put you in prison for at least the next couple of years. Possession of Class A drugs with intent to supply.
Face it, Anne. He stitched you the same way as he stitched us. Now tell us what we want to know. You don't owe him any favours.
You really think I've got a choice?
So if Milroy and Davis were in this together, what was all that about this afternoon?
When I pulled her in, she never did have any drugs on her. Milroy had put her up to it. He just wanted us off his back.
Yeah, you mean he set you up? Look, she does realise she's taking the fall for this slag.
Yeah, she knows. No dice, I'm afraid.
Brilliant. So naff all to link Milroy to the drugs.
Well, he's saying it's her flat and we can't prove otherwise. We wouldn't even get him on constructive possession.
You better think twice about pulling a stunt like this again.
But it was your idea.
Leave this to me.
Come in. Sarge, Mr. Robinson, Milroy solicitor.
Good evening, Sergeant. I understand Mr. Milroy's been under arrest for almost 2 hours now. I'd be obliged if I could speak to him right away.
Certainly, sir. Follow me. You're representing Anne Davis as well, sir?
Not that I'm aware.
I think there's some valuable lessons Rod can draw from this, Gov.
With respect, sir, Davis is part of Milroy's operation. At least she's going to be out of the picture from now on.
She's some young kid who Milroy happens to have working for him at this precise moment. How many kids do you think he's got lined up ready to take her place? No, I don't know either. But one thing I do know is he's going to be twice as careful next time we go looking for him. This is not the best day's work you've done since you've been here, Rod. You can go. Not you, Danny.
Yeah, sorry about that, Gov. I did have a word, but can't watch them all the time, can you?
You shouldn't have to watch him all the time.
No, sir. But I think he's learned his lesson.
But have you, Danny?
Have you come to a decision?
Come on, Skase. We all know I'm going to walk.
We'd like to know now if you intend charging my client with any offence.
No, sir. There'll be no charge on this occasion. If you'd like to come with us, we'll process Mr. Milroy's release.
Take a good look, boys. It'll be a long time before you see me this close up again.
Of course, you'll visit her in prison, I expect.
Visit who?
Anne.
I shouldn't think so. After this, she'll be seeing even less of me than you two will.
What happened?
His name's Vernon Meredith. He's a geography teacher. Someone beat him up pretty bad. This is Mr. Rostock, the headmaster. Found Meredith lying in the stock cupboard about 8:30 this morning.
He was supposed to be taking assembly.
How bad is it?
He's still unconscious, but they reckon he's going to be all right. Whoever did him over made a thorough job of it. Baseball bat, something like that.
Mr. Rostock, what time did he get into school this morning? Do you know?
Well, I found him at 8:30.
Caretaker reckon he parked his car about 8:16. That's right, caretaker.
OK, Tosh, do you want to go with him? See if they'll let you talk to him.
Yeah. Carrie's in the classroom now, stopping anyone going in.
OK. Let's take a look, shall we?
Go on, get inside. And you.
This the one?
Yes, Sarge.
Right, Mr. Rostock, I want you to tell me exactly what you saw when you found him, OK?
He was lying on his face, feet in the doorway.
Sarge.
Yeah?
I was just wondering, could that be the weapon? Under there, under the atlas. I think it's a chair leg.
Yeah, good one. He didn't touch anything, Mr. Rostock.
No.
Right, get on to Socko, secure the room.
Sarge.
Who didn't like Mr. Meredith? Is there anyone in particular who might have something against him?
There might be. Oh, but I can't believe he would have done this.
Is it a pupil?
He won't have been near the school this morning.
The name, Mr. Rostock.
Look, I don't think...
Mr. Rostock, I'm asking you because you're the head, but I shall certainly be asking others.
Raymond Devereux. He and Mr. Meredith seem to have a particular antipathy.
You mean they hate each other?
I had to suspend Raymond yesterday. He was caught pouring acid over the bonnet of Mr. Meredith's car.
Antipathy? That's criminal damage. You should have called us in.
I thought it best to deal with the matter internally.
How long did you suspend him for?
A fortnight. Even so, I find it impossible to believe that Raymond would attack Mr. Meredith in person, especially in such a cowardly way.
I take it the school secretary will have Raymond's address.
I'd just gone in the stockroom, and I was reaching up to get some books, and that's when he smacked me.
You saw him then?
I didn't have to see him. I know who it was. His name is Raymond Devereux.
Devereux?
Yeah, he's a black kid. He's a black thug.
But you didn't see him attack you, did you?
He tipped acid all over my car. What happens? Rostock ends up suspending him for a fortnight. Fortnight.
Acid? Why weren't we told?
Well, his father's a school governor. Do me a favour. Rostock isn't going to rock any boats.
Why should he throw stuff over your car?
Right, well, I teach him geography. I should say he's in one of my classes. And yesterday, I caught him dropping his trousers when he thought I couldn't see him.
Drawing your lesson?
Oh, yeah. So I gave him detention, which meant he couldn't play football for the school team. Now, Raymond didn't like that, so he goes to the chemistry lab, gets a bottle of sulphuric acid and dumps it on my car. Now, unfortunately for Raymond, somebody sees him. So exit Raymond. But not before he threatens me.
He threatened you?
Oh, yeah. He said he was going to get me.
Yeah, well, kids say all sorts of things.
He's not a kid, he's an animal. And he should be locked up, especially after this. Now, are you going to pick him up?
Black lad.
Raymond Devereux.
Yeah. Saw him outside the Croft block, 809. I like to keep track of time.
You're absolutely sure it was him?
Of course I am. It was me caught him damaging the car. If you're suspended, you're not allowed in the school grounds, never mind the buildings. If you ask me, I reckon he did him and all, Mr. Meredith.
Why?
Because he thought he could get away with it. Because his dad's one of the school governors. Because he's black.
Hi, Sarge. Yeah. I'm on my taxi outside St Hugh's Hospital. Can you get us a car down here?
Well, sorry, Tosh. You're out of luck. No can do.
So how am I going to get back to Canley then?
Take a bus. Well, there is a bus stops outside St Hugh's, actually. Drops you at the school gates.
Thanks very much.
Mr. Redwall, you were in school earlier this morning. Did you see anyone? Anything you shouldn't have done?
No, but I know Thompson did. And I can imagine what he said about it.
It?
I mean Raymond Devereux. I teach Raymond. I know him. And I can tell you this, he would never have attacked Meredith in a million years. A, he's not that stupid. And B, Raymond isn't even remotely violent. He's only 15.
But he and Meredith didn't get on.
Yeah, well, that wouldn't exactly be a rarity in this school. Look, the only people who have a problem with Raymond are Meredith and nerds like Thompson.
He poured acid over Meredith's car.
I'm not saying he can't be difficult, of course he can. But he's like most 15-year-olds. He has to be given a bit of leeway, treated carefully. That's why Rostock only suspended him. Yeah, he could easily have been expelled, but I think the old man got it absolutely right.
I understand Raymond's father's a school governor.
Which only makes it harder for Raymond, not easier. Plus, he's a church minister. I mean, that boy's under so much pressure, I'm surprised he still comes to school.
Should be all clear for you soccer lot in there now. Okay. How'd you get on with Meredith?
Well, he says he was hit from behind. Didn't see the person, but he's in no doubt it was Raymond Devereux.
Well, Raymond was spotted here earlier this morning when he shouldn't have been. Let's go and see if we can find him, shall we?
Sorry, I just wanted to ask if you knew how Mr. Meredith was. Is he badly hurt?
Well, he's conscious, he's talking. Apparently he should be okay.
Oh, right. Will you be questioning Raymond? Oh, sorry. It's none of my business. I just can't see it being him, that's all.
Mrs. Devereux?
Yes?
I'm Detective Sergeant Morgan. This is Detective Constable Lyons from Sun Hill. Is Raymond in, please?
Raymond? What do you want with Raymond?
We need to speak to him about an incident that happened at school this morning.
Who is it, Iris?
It's the police.
Do you mind if we come in?
But Raymond's not here. He's at school. Isn't he?
Police?
If we could just come inside, please.
Sure.
Thank you.
What do you want with Raymond?
You've not seen him this morning.
No, we've only just got in. What's the matter?
Raymond has been accused of assaulting one of the teachers at his school.
I don't believe it.
It happened round about 8:30 this morning. You say you thought Raymond was at Canley.
Yes?
Raymond was suspended from school yesterday lunchtime for 2 weeks.
Suspended?
You must be mistaken. You've got the wrong boy.
Mr. Rostock did try to contact you. When he couldn't get hold of you, he rang your daughter.
We were in Birmingham. Matthew was at a church conference. We only got back half an hour ago.
The school have sent a letter. I've just come from Mr. Rostock's office now. It's true, I promise you.
Raymond?
When did you last see your son?
Yesterday morning when he left for school.
The teacher who was attacked was called Mr. Meredith. Now, the reason Raymond was sent home was because he was caught pouring acid on Mr. Meredith's car.
Raymond did this?
Yes. Do either of you know where your son might be?
This teacher, is he going to be all right?
It looks like it. But it was quite a serious attack.
Raymond would have spent the night here. He's got a key to his sister's house. He might be there. I don't know.
Could you give us her address?
Mr. Meredith. This is the geography teacher, right?
Yes.
I see. Acid. I'll take you to Catherine's house.
I'd rather you stayed here if you don't mind, just in case Raymond comes back. His parents aren't exactly the lion sort, are they?
I should think old man Devereux would rather have needles in his eyes. Come on, Raymond, open up. It's the police.
Come on.
No, hang on. Ring the doorbell. Hello, Raymond.
I didn't do anything. Leave me alone.
This DC line, Sunhill. Raymond Devereux, I'm arresting you on suspicion of assault on Vernon Meredith.
No way.
You don't have to say anything unless you wish to do so, but what you do say may be given in evidence.
But I never touched him.
Well, whether you like it or not, me and you are going to have to talk about it.
Talk about what, though?
About why you shouldn't have been in school this morning.
All right? This way.
Where's Raymond?
He's in an interview room.
What have you charged him with?
Mr. Devereux, your son has not been charged as yet. He's been arrested.
Arrested?
When we found Raymond, he tried to run away. I should be interviewing him, but for the moment, he's not been charged with anything.
I still can't believe it.
Mr. Devereux, Raymond can only be questioned in the presence of an adult. So if you wouldn't mind sitting in on the interview.
Of course.
Are you all right waiting there, Mrs. Devereux? Okay?
What have you done, Raymond, eh? What in the name of heaven do you think you were doing?
Mr. Devereux, please.
This would bring shame on your mother and me. Did we raise you a good Christian so you could get dragged down the police station?
Mr. Devereux, I must ask you to be quiet and remain quiet throughout the interview. Do you understand?
8-5 receiving.
Go ahead, Sarge.
Yeah, 4848 Willersley Road. Disturbance. Neighbours worried.
Just as it sounds like the couple inside are killing each other.
OK, 2 minutes.
Where were you between approximately 8:15 and 8:45 this morning? Do you understand the question? Were you in the building or the grounds of Canley Comprehensive School between the times I've mentioned?
I didn't touch him. I didn't do anything to Meredith.
Raymond, hold on. Did you see Mr. Meredith, the geography teacher at Canley this morning? Yes or no? Raymond, you were seen at the school.
Answer the lady.
I was only going to talk to him. I didn't want to fight him or anything.
Talk to who? Mr. Meredith?
Yeah.
What about? The acid on his car?
No. Yes, that was part of it.
Tell me, Raymond, did you go into Mr. Meredith's classroom and see him earlier on today? Look, you were suspended from school for attacking Mr. Meredith's car. You were seen at Canley this morning when you shouldn't have been there, and we know you threatened him. Unless you tell us what happened, what else are we to think, except that you went to the school this morning to get revenge against a teacher that you hate?
He hates me. He's always hated me. Loads of them hate me at that school.
Well, that's not the impression that I got. Not at all. I talked to Mr. Edwall this morning. I thought he quite liked you. Raymond, you went back to the school this morning when you were suspended, didn't you? Why? Why, Raymond? Are you refusing to answer?
Excuse me, madam. Did you call us?
No.
Only we've had a report of a disturbance at this address.
It was a row, that's all, a domestic.
You sure?
Sure about what?
I mean, are you all right?
Look, there's a woman next door who puts a glass to the wall because she's a bored old cow. My husband and I were shouting, that's all. It was nothing.
Is your husband in, Mrs...?
No, he's not. Not anymore.
Then you won't mind if we have a little look around, just in case.
In case of what? Earthquake?
Won't take a second.
My aim's not very good. I missed him.
It's not that I don't want you there, Mr. Devereux. It's simply that Raymond clearly has difficulty. I just feel it's adding to the pressure on him.
He's my son. I have a right to be present.
I certainly think one of you should be present. One of you has to be. I just feel it might prove a lot easier if that person was your wife.
If Raymond has anything to say, he can say it in front of me.
Matthew, I will sit with him, please.
Thank you.
Satisfied?
Thank you. Better safe than sorry.
Really? And which lucky bag did you fish that one out of?
Raymond, all we want is the truth. That's got to be right, isn't it?
Please sit down, Mrs. Devereux.
Interview of Raymond Devereux recommenced at 1:20 p.m. in the presence of Iris Devereux, his mother.
Raymond, I must remind you that you're still under caution, all right?
Yeah.
I want to ask you again the question I asked before I stopped the interview. What were you doing, or what did you intend to do at Canley this morning? Raymond, I know this may be very difficult for you, but it's important that you tell us. Please.
I didn't touch him.
So what did you do? Raymond, did you go into Mr. Meredith's classroom this morning?
Tell the truth, Raymond.
Yeah. Yeah, I was there.
And what happened?
The door was open, the door to the classroom. I went in to wait for him inside. When I went in, I didn't think he was there, but he was. I couldn't see him, but I could hear something coming from the stock cupboard like a bad breathing sound. So I went towards it and there was Mr. Meredith on the floor. The whole room was a mess, the stock room. And he was like bleeding from his head. I thought he was going to die. Then I realised that if I told anyone, if anyone knew that I was there, they'd think it was me that I'd done it, but I hadn't.
What did you do?
I ran off, I was scared. Just kept on running till I got to my sister's house. I don't think anyone at school had seen me.
Earlier on, you said you'd gone back to talk to him. Mr. Meredith.
Yeah. I wasn't going to do anything. Just wanted to have it out with him.
Have it out with him? What, you mean confront him?
Yeah.
What about? About being suspended? Raymond?
I wanted to tell him that I knew what he was doing. That I knew he was a hypocrite.
What do you mean by a hypocrite, Raymond?
Meredith. He's always been so proper and that, punishing you if you get the smallest thing wrong, when all the time he's just lying. I know, because I spotted him with one of the women at school.
What was he doing with a woman, Raymond?
Kissing in that one of the other teachers. See, I left my boots in the changing room, and when I went back to get them after school, I saw him in there with her a week ago. They never saw me, but I saw them kissing each other.
Why is that so bad, Raymond? Is that wrong?
Well, when she's married to Mr. Redwald, yeah. Meredith was touching her, you know, grabbing hold of her. He's so Mr. Perfect and that. When all the time him and Mrs. Redwald are having an affair. And Mr. Redwald, he don't know. I mean, you know it's wrong. Mr. Redwald's good. He's a good teacher. But Meredith and her, Mrs. Redwald, all the time they're doing it behind his back. He's a hypocrite.
Did you tell Mr. Redwald what you saw? Do you think he knows?
He should know. He should stop him.
Well, do either of you think that Raymond is capable of making up such a story? I mean, could he have seen something innocent, perhaps, and embellished it? Even to the point where he ends up believing it himself?
Not Raymond. He wouldn't do that. He doesn't tell lies.
No, one thing my son is not is a liar.
Not in front of me, not in front of his father. Never.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Rostock. Was Mrs. Redwall in school this morning?
I believe so, yes. But why do you want to see Mrs. Redwall?
Oh, I just want to ask her a few questions to do with Raymond. So she obviously knows about the assault on Mr. Meredith.
The whole school knew.
Where is she now, then?
They're both on half day today. I should think they've both gone home.
And then perhaps I could have their address.
Oh, hi.
Detective Constable Lyons.
Yes, I remember. What is it?
I just want to ask you and your wife some questions about the attack on Mr. Meredith.
My wife? She's not in, I'm afraid.
Really?
No, she's not in.
Then who was the woman you were just having a row with?
I wasn't having a row. I had the telly on loud.
The television? You always shout at the television, do you?
Doesn't everyone?
What were you having a row about, Mr. Redwall? Was it something to do with the school?
I said it was the telly.
Was it hell?
Shut up, you idiot!
I think you better let me in.
Ian!
You can't come in here without a warrant.
Oh, don't be pathetic, Ian. Let me in for heaven's sake.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Meredith. Detective Sergeant Morgan, Sun Hill. I believe you spoke to one of my colleagues earlier on today.
Yeah. Have you caught him yet, Devereux?
We've been talking to him.
Good. Well, I'll let a solicitor do my talking when we get to court.
Mr. Meredith, Raymond Devereux admits that he was in school earlier on today. He even admits seeing you in the stock cupboard. But he claims you were already unconscious.
Listen, his dad may be a preacher, but he's not got a prayer on this one. I'm going to see that animal go down.
Raymond claims that he came not to attack you, but rather to confront you with the fact that he knew you were having an affair with Ian Redwall's wife.
You are?
He says he saw you kissing in the gym.
He said this.
He was insistent. He was very upset about it because he says he's very fond of Mr. Redwall.
Good. Well, let's just hope he keeps saying it, because they'll do him for slander as well.
It's not true, then.
Damn right. What is this? Why are you giving me the going over? He's the thug that nearly killed me. Should be jumping in and out of his face. I don't believe this. Look, he has put me in hospital, and I want him to pay for it.
Go on.
Okay. What would you do if you found out your wife was having an affair? And with a creep?
Inside. There you go. Hiya.
What is it? What happened?
Redwall admitted to the attack on Meredith.
Are you joking?
I just brought him in.
What did he say?
He found out his wife and Meredith were at it, and he went in this morning to sort Meredith out. He was finishing the job off on his wife when I got round to their house.
I thought Redwall liked Raymond.
Not so much he won't let him go down for GBH.
What a crew. Come on, let's go and break the good news.
All right. Ian Redwall said that Ellison told him about the affair early this morning, after she got back from your flat, where she spent the night. Mr. Redwall discovered that she hadn't spent the night at her sister's after all.
When I said we weren't having an affair, I just didn't want to cause Ellison any trouble.
Yeah, you were quite happy to cause Raymond Devereux trouble. Real trouble.
Mr. Redwall said that when he saw you, he saw red. He picked up the chair leg and just lashed out.
Is he under arrest?
Oh, yes. Of course, it's up to you whether or not you press charges for assault.
I don't think she particularly wants her private life trawled through by lawyers. But then maybe you'd rather let your solicitor do the talking. Raymond's been brought out now. He's quite free to go.
Excuse me. I want to ask you, how come such a thing can happen to my son? How is it that responsible people can put him in such a position in the first place?
It happens.
It happens? No, it doesn't just happen. These people are teachers. They have a duty to the children in their charge.
Matthew, please.
Mr. Devereux, you're a governor at Conway, yes? I presume you have some say as to what kind of a school it should be. I also assume you have a say in the selection of suitable applicants for teaching posts.
Now listen to me.
No, you listen to me, Mr. Devereux. Raymond is your son. Now, if he wasn't quite so intimidated by you, perhaps he might not have found himself in such trouble in the first place.
Don't tell me about my son. I know my son.
Do you? Well, I think you might know him a little better after today.
Come on, Raymond. This way.
What do I have to do now?
Nothing. You go home. Mr. Redwood has admitted hitting Mr. Meredith, and the school have agreed to lift your suspension.
Did my dad get that done?
No, not at all. Everyone makes mistakes. It's just that now they're starting to own up to some of them.
What's going to happen to Mr. Redwood? Does it mean Meredith's going to be back at school?
In a while, yeah. To be honest, I think you're going to have less problems facing Mr. Meredith than he'll have looking at you. I tell you, when I was a boy, some of the worst kids in school were...
Found this on him, sir.
David Marsh, 47 Whiskin Road.
This is the informant, sir, Mr. Robinson.
You live here, Mr. Robinson?
Yeah, first floor flat there. I heard this noise like something heavy hitting the ground. Came out for a look and found him. I didn't realise it was a person at first.
Do you know the man?
No, never seen him before.
The doctor saw the body at 7:20, sir. Pronounced life extinct. And we've started door-to-door inquiries.
All right, George. Get Mr. Robinson's details. Thank you.
Sir. What number do you live at, Mr. Robinson?
OK to move him now, sir? Yes, get him off the street.
Good morning. PC Loxton, Sun Hill. We're making inquiries about an incident. Have either of you seen or heard anything unusual in the last few hours?
And what sort of thing, officer?
Disturbance? Anything out of the ordinary?
No, I don't think so, have we?
No. It's quite noisy around here. There's always something going on.
You get so you don't take any notice.
Well, what kind of things do you expect to hear?
People coming and going, traffic. Like Pete says, you just shut it out.
Did you see anyone in particular coming and going this morning, early or late last night?
No.
We was dog-tired last night. You fell asleep in front of the telly, didn't you? I had to wake him up to come to bed.
Do you remember what time that was?
Late, about midnight.
I was a bit out of it.
And what time were you awake this morning?
6:30, 7:15.
I slept through the alarm.
Was there any activity outside then?
No, we don't get disturbed much up here in the mornings.
You just said it got pretty noisy.
It means we don't hear much of what happens down in the yard.
No one suggested anything happened down in the yard.
Yeah, but if it had happened, we wouldn't have heard it.
I see.
Sierra Oscar 1 from 218, receiving, over.
Go ahead, George.
Yeah, preliminary examination of the body, sir. They found an unaccounted wound in the lower back. Could have been done with a knife.
OK, George, received. You better go and check the address on his ID.
On way, sir.
Sir. Flat 149, sir. Occupied by Peter Knowles and Valerie Hibbert. There's nothing I can put my finger on, but they just seemed very tense when I spoke to them.
How do you mean?
Well, they were answering for each other, and they seemed very adamant they hadn't heard anything.
All right, Steve, I'll come and have a word with them.
What now?
Inspector Monroe, Sun Hill. Do you mind if we come in?
We told him we didn't hear anything.
I want to make sure we've got the facts straight. Thank you. PC Loxton says you're very positive you haven't heard or seen anything unusual.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Nothing at all. Only most people react strongly when something happens, but not when nothing happens. Do you see what I mean?
No, I don't. What are you trying to say?
Did you have any visitors last night or this morning?
No.
Sure about that?
Well...
I know what it is, Pete. One of our wonderful neighbours has told him about that bloke.
So why didn't you tell me about that bloke?
Well, he's no one special.
Why don't you let us judge that? It might be important.
A bloke come to the door.
When was that?
Late last night.
Who was it?
I don't know. You spoke to him, didn't you?
Just some bloke come to the wrong address.
I'm surprised you didn't mention this to PC Loxton.
Didn't think of it.
Is there anything else you haven't told us?
Think very carefully.
A bloke came and he went away, all right? We forgot about it.
You both forgot about it.
Yeah, what of it?
You've told my officer one thing and now you're saying another. I'd be very grateful if you come down to the station and see what help you can give us.
Hello. I'm PC Garfield's Sun Hill. Is this the right address for David Marsh?
Sometimes.
Would you be Mrs. Marsh?
Sometimes.
Do you mind if I come in, please?
Wipe your feet.
Here we go. Now cross those hands. Here we go. Now take it down. Good.
I may have some bad news for you, I'm afraid.
Has Dave done something?
Your husband's wallet was found on the body of a dead man. Now, he'll need to be identified, of course, but,
Oh. What happened?
well, we're not sure of the exact circumstances at present. We'll know more after the post-mortem.
Cup of tea?
Yeah, thanks. Is there anyone you'd like to get hold of? Company for you?
Not round here. Everybody I know's in Sunderland.
Is that where you're from?
Can't you tell?
When did you last see your husband, Mrs. Marsh?
Last night before he went out.
What time was that?
About 9:30.
Did he say where he was going?
No. I left him once for a year. I remember we were so broke I had to borrow the train fare home. I've only been back with him a couple of months.
So why did you go back to him?
He made some quick money somehow. He got in touch. He told me everything was going to be all right.
So he was working, was he?
Not regular. I don't know where the money came from, but it soon went. Then we were back to where we started. I told him he shouldn't have a wife. I told him that yesterday.
Did he take that hard?
He said he was owed some money. He was going to come back with a big fat cheque in his pocket. I was expecting him back, all full of himself. You turned up instead. He was always going to do things. Never happened, of course. Look at that pile of junk out there. He was going to clear that. It won't happen now, will it?
So, let's talk about this visitor you had last night. Would you know him again?
No, he spoke to Val.
Did he come in?
No.
Did you see him at all?
No.
So how can you be sure you didn't know him?
I'm sure Val said.
Oh, you just took her word for it.
You might have recognised the bloke. Val can't say you wouldn't have done, can she?
I suppose not.
I'll ask you again. Did you know the man?
I'd never seen him before.
So you did see him last night?
All right, I saw him. What of it?
Why did you say you didn't?
It's nothing to do with me. Come to see Val. Ask her.
What did he want?
He had some business with her. They were arguing.
You must have heard what was said.
He was threatening her.
Really? And you just stood by?
No, of course not.
So what did you do?
I threw him out.
Did you use violence?
I told him to go and he went.
Can you describe the man for us?
Ordinary sort of bloke. Average height.
Age?
About 35.
Hair?
Dark.
What was he wearing?
I didn't really notice. It was dark.
Nothing else?
That's all I can remember, right? I've told you as much as I can.
Well, Mr. Knowles, 2 minutes ago you hadn't even seen the man. Now you're saying you threw him out of the flat. I'm not satisfied with what you told us, so I'm detaining you here while we make further inquiries.
That's Dave. What happened to him?
He fell. That's all we know at present. We'll need to ask you some questions about your husband, Mrs. Marsh. Do you feel up to coming back to Sun Hill now?
I won't be much use to you.
Just for some general background.
Aye, all right. I've got nothing better to do.
Andrew. Suspicious death on the Maycroft estate this morning, sir. David Marsh. His wife's identified the body.
Does Marsh live on the estate?
No, sir. We need to establish what he was doing there. His injuries are consistent with a fall from one of the balconies, but there's also a wound which could have been caused with a knife.
Witnesses?
The informant thinks he heard the body fall. We've got the occupants of one of the flats in for questioning, and I'm not satisfied with what they've said so far.
Do they have any connection with the victim?
Well, the story's all over the place. Originally, they hadn't seen anyone. Now they've admitted to having a visitor last night. I think there's more to come.
All right, Andrew, I'll talk to them now. Thank you, Steve.
Thanks, sir.
Interview with Peter Knowles. Those present, DCI Meadows, DC Lines. Now, I must caution you, Mr. Knowles, you don't have to say anything unless you wish to do so, but what you say may be given in evidence. Time is 10:12. Right, Mr. Knowles. We'd like you to tell us about this visitor who came to your flat last night. What time did he arrive?
I don't know, I wasn't there.
What do you mean, you were out when he came?
He was there when I come home.
What time was that?
About 10.
Was Valerie Hibbert there?
Of course she was. Who do you think let him in?
Had he come to see her particularly?
Yeah, I suppose so.
What happened when you arrived?
Well, they was having a row. I could hear them from out in the passage.
Did you hear any of the conversation?
I picked up it was about money, so it was obvious, wasn't it?
What was obvious?
Well, the geezer was a loan shark. He was threatening Val. I walk in, he tells me to disappear. I only live there, you know.
So what did you do?
What would you have done? I smacked him one.
Did you leave it at that?
I couldn't. He'd come back at me.
Describe what happened exactly.
Well, Val was trying to pull him off me. I don't know what happened.
How did the fight end up?
It just finished.
What state was the man in when it finished?
I don't know.
Well, was he conscious?
I don't know.
Did it all go wrong, Mr. Knowles?
I was protecting Val. It was his fault.
What do you mean it was his fault?
Val said he was dead.
What did you do with the body?
Got rid of it.
Did you drop it over the balcony?
Val said if we got it out the flat, no one could trace it to us.
Well, she got that wrong, didn't she?
We can use my office, Mrs. Marsh. We won't keep you too long. Excuse me 1 minute, George, could you?
Sir.
That's Marsh's wife, sir. Do you want a word with her?
No, you talk to her, Andrew. I'm going to stick with Knowles and Hibbert. It seems that Marsh died in their flat. Apparently, Knowles walked in and found him threatening Hibbert.
Or caught him with his pants down.
Well, Knowles reckons that Marsh was a loan shark.
It's possible. Mrs. Marsh was expecting her husband home with a load of cash. We could see what she's got to say about that.
Oh, Dave, a loan shark. He wouldn't have known what to do.
Does the name Peter Knowles mean anything to you?
No.
Or Valerie Hibbert?
What's she got to do with it?
You know her?
I know her. Not as well as Dave did, like. He was with her way back, before she got married. Maybe it's afterwards and all.
She has a husband, then?
Did have. He ran off a while back.
What can you tell us about him?
I didn't know him, really. I heard stories, like. He used to come and go as it suited him. He put her in hospital once, apparently. She was too scared to put the finger on him, though.
Do you remember his name?
John, I think.
Going back to your husband, Mrs. Marsh, is there any chance he was still seeing Hibbert?
I had me suspicions. Ask her. You can't ask him now.
Knowles says he came home at 10 o'clock and found you with a man.
That's right.
Tell us about him.
It was just a bloke who wanted to see me.
About anything in particular?
I borrowed some money. Got myself in too deep. He wanted paying.
Did Knowles know about this?
Told him afterwards,
After what?
when the bloke had gone.
Does the name David Marsh mean anything to you?
Yeah.
Wasn't David Marsh the man that came to your flat last night?
Pete never told you that.
Answer the question.
Yeah.
He wasn't a loan shark at all, was he? Now, what was your relationship with David Marsh?
I used to sleep with him. Do you want the details?
Why did he come to see you last night?
Why do you think? He wanted to pick up where we left off.
But you made other arrangements.
Do I have to spell it out? I'm with Pete now.
All right, so what happened when Pete got back to the flat?
He lost his rag.
And?
They had a fight.
What were you doing?
I tried to break it up. I thought Pete was going to kill him.
Did he?
I couldn't stop it.
Describe what happened.
It was an accident. Pete only wanted to frighten him.
What did he use to frighten him?
carving knife. Dave must have walked onto it.
What happened then?
Pete took him outside. He said he'd make it look like an accident.
Any joy? Hibbert John, non-inquiry misper, reported last November. Presumably hasn't shown up yet. Interesting. Thanks, Matthew.
Thanks, Tosh.
What do you reckon, Tosh?
A knife was used. That's all we know.
Oh, sir, Tosh, I've run a trace on Valerie Hibbert's husband. Gone AWOL by the look of it. Non-inquiry misper, reported last November.
How's Mrs. Marsh bearing up?
Taking it very well, sir.
Good. Well, you get her taken home, but make sure somebody stays with her.
George is looking after her, sir.
Good.
PC Garfield will give you a lift home when you're ready.
Will you be taking us to Sunderland now, then?
That's a bit out of his range. But if you are moving out, leave an address where we can reach you if necessary.
Well, by my reckoning, you had a dead body in your flat for most of the night.
We was trying to figure out what to do.
You say the man was a stranger to you. You must have asked Hibbert what it was all about.
I'd sussed it. He was a loan shark.
Did you check that with Hibbert?
Yeah, she said I was right.
How long have you known Valerie Hibbert?
Not long. 6 or 8 weeks.
Do you know anything about her life before you met her?
She had a hard time with her husband. He done a runner, that's about all I know.
Have you ever met her husband?
No, he was gone by the time I come on the scene.
Did Valerie Hibbert ever give you any indication that she knew the deceased David Marsh?
No.
She never mentioned that he used to be her lover?
No, she didn't. Who said that?
She did.
Rubbish, I don't believe it.
See, I suggest that you know very well who David Marsh was. He wouldn't leave Hibbert alone, so you killed him.
Is that what Val's been saying? Is she saying that?
You had all night to cook up the loan shark story to make what you did sound more plausible.
Look, I don't know what Val's been saying, but all I did was protect her. I never planned to kill anyone.
Why wouldn't she tell you who Marsh was?
I heard them arguing about cash. She owed the geezer money. That's what this was about.
Has Hibbert ever used a loan shark before?
Well, not that I know of.
So why use one now?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I was there, right, but that's all. Val said to get him out of the flat and act innocent. She said to drop him over the edge.
It was her idea?
Yeah, she said it couldn't be traced to us. If she knew different, then she was setting me up.
Do you mind if I stay with you for a while? It's boss's orders.
No, it's all right. I don't fancy being on my own much anyway. I was on my own most of the time, even when Dave was around. But at least I knew somebody was coming back at night. It wasn't always a prat, you know. Sometimes it was quite funny.
The body was in your flat for most of the night. Now, you and Knowles must have talked quite a lot during that time. But you never thought to mention that the dead man was your former lover.
I don't tell him everything. Why should I? It's my life.
Knowles had just killed the man to protect you, and it's none of his business.
It's a bit cold-blooded, isn't it?
I'd only have hurt Pete by telling him the truth. The damage was done anyway, and it was for the best. Dave Marsh was never going to leave me alone.
Was that a reason to kill him?
That wasn't meant to happen.
So there you were, nice and cosy with Knowles, and along comes Marsh from the past and threatens to ruin it all.
That's right.
You'd have been a lot better off without him, yeah?
Yeah.
What about your husband?
Who brought him into this?
When did you last see him?
Took off last year. Good riddance.
John Hibbert, isn't it?
Yeah.
Weren't you afraid he might show up?
No. He's gone.
So Marsh was more of a threat to your happiness than your husband?
Yeah.
Your husband doesn't seem to feature very much.
That's all behind me. I thought you wanted to talk about Dave Marsh.
Suspect stands up. All right, so what was so special about David Marsh?
He could have broken up what I had going with Pete.
So could your husband?
I told you. John wasn't the problem.
You didn't have any problem letting your husband go, so what was so difficult about Marsh?
What are you trying to say?
He wanted money off you. Why?
What did he have on you, Valerie?
I was never going to have any kind of a life with him around.
What did he know about you, Valerie?
Nothing. You're wrong.
Am I?
He didn't have anything on me. He did it.
What did he do, Valerie?
You got rid of John.
David Marsh got rid of your husband.
Yeah.
Can you be clearer?
Dave killed him.
Why?
He thought that's what I wanted.
And what gave him that idea?
He thought I was going to pay him, and that was good enough for Dave. Anything for a quick profit, anything.
You offered Marsh money to kill your husband?
It was something I said in anger, not serious. I didn't believe him when he told me he'd done it. And then he showed me the body and said I had to pay him or I'd end up the same way.
So you paid up?
Yeah.
And what about last night? What did he want then?
He wanted more money. I didn't have any. You wouldn't believe me. Then Pete came home and laid into him.
And where did the knife come from? Did you get it from the kitchen, Valerie? For the tape?
Yeah.
And did you stab him?
He killed my husband. And he wasn't going to let me have a life. What else could I do?
How did Marsh kill your husband, Mrs. Hibbert?
Backed his van into him up against the wall.
And where was the body when he showed it to you?
In the back of the van.
What did he do with it?
Buried it.
Where?
Sir?
What sort of estate is Mrs. Marsh in?
All right, sir. Seems quite a strong person.
Good, because I need to have a word with her.
Right, sir. She's upstairs in the sitting room.
Sir? DCI Meadows, Mrs. Marsh. I'm sorry, but we need to look in your garden. It won't take long. It's just that we believe there might be some evidence buried there.
Somewhere around here, innit? Right-hand corner, facing the house.
That's what she said.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a clear patch, would it?
Come on, Rod. Help us to shift this, eh?
Jim?
Yeah. Somebody's had these slabs up.
I should be patterned.
Well, you may have to stay here, where we can reach you, while we look into the circumstances of your husband's death.
Dave was up to something, wasn't he?
We think he might have been involved in a serious crime.
What are they doing out there?
I'll go and tell the DCI. Gov? He's there.
Right. Get Jim and Rod to stay with the body, and I'll get onto area.
Okay.
What's happened?
I'm afraid we found some human remains, Mrs. Marsh.
Someone buried in my back garden.
I'm afraid so.
Why, how long's it been there?
Several months, we think.
And Dave knew about it.
That's all I can tell you for the moment, Mrs. Marsh.
I've been living in this place, and Dave never said a word, and I've been living here all that time.
Not anymore, though, eh?
Why, who was it? Do you know?
It was nobody who meant anything to you. Now, is there anything else you need?
No, yes, I haven't got any cash. How am I going to get home?
George, get to Sun Hill, will you? And we'll issue you with a travel warrant.
Sir.
One way'll do.
You found it then? It was where I said.
We found a body. It'll need to be identified.
Dave Marsh was going to hold that over me for the rest of my life. He'd have bled me dry.
He'd have had to risk incriminating himself.
I knew the body was there. He threatened to point the finger at me unless I gave him what he wanted.
And you believed him?
Couldn't afford not to, could I? Last night I had the chance to be free of him. And I took it.
And by good fortune you had Knowles there, ready to take the rap for you.
Yeah. Well, Pete's a decent bloke.